Welcome to our latest video, where we're going to dive into the wild world of tusked animals. From the intimidating and deadly to the downright bizarre, tusks come in all shapes and sizes, and they're an impressive sight to behold. So join us as we count down the top 10 animals with tusks in the world, and try to keep your jaw from dropping. But before we get started, a quick disclaimer: while tusks may look cool and impressive, they're not just for show. Many of the animals on this list use their tusks for important functions in their daily lives, like foraging for food or defending themselves from predators. So let's appreciate these amazing creatures for all they bring to the table, and get ready for some serious tusk action. Starting off our list is the walrus. These blubbery behemoths may not be the first animal that comes to mind when you think of tusks, but they have some pretty impressive ones. Found on both males and females, with males, they can grow as long as 3.25 feet and weigh up to 12 pounds. In fact, theirs are the largest canines of any animal known to humans. As they live so far into the Arctic, these tusks are absolutely necessary for helping them lift their heavy bodies onto the ice. Not only that, but they are used as a defense mechanism against predators and for finding food. Up next we have one of the most unique animals on our list, the narwhal. The narwhal is featured in many fairy tales, and is kind of like the unicorn of the sea. Forget what we said for a moment about most animals having two tusks, because these guys just have one. What further makes their tusks so unique and interesting, is that their tusks spiral clockwise and can grow up to 10 feet long. As you can imagine, the spiral look makes it look even more impressive. Found in the northern hemisphere, it's typically only the males who have one, growing out of the left side of their face. While it's not a rule, you'll occasionally find a female with a tusk or even a male with two. It's believed that the narwhal uses its tusk for a variety of purposes, including sensing changes in the environment and foraging for food. The ocean. So vast, so mysterious, and home to some seriously impressive creatures. One of those creatures is the beaked whale, also known as the tusked wonder of the sea. The beaked whale's tusks sprout from each side of the whale's mandible and swing back at a 45-degree angle until they meet, forming a kind of strap-like appearance. They're much flatter and wider, giving the beaked whale a unique and imposing look. The sabre-toothed tiger isn't exactly an animal that's alive today, but we couldn't resist including it on our list. These prehistoric predators had some of the most impressive tusks of all time. Their long, curved teeth could grow up to 11 inches long and were used for hunting and taking down prey. Up next we have the warthog. These snotty creatures are much cuter in The Lion King, coming with some pretty scary looking tusks. Theirs are quite different from the others, in that they have two pairs of tusks. The top pair is usually curled more, where the bottom pair is sharper and straight like a dagger. Males use the uppers in ritual combat, and typically never use their lower ones unless they're in real danger, as they can inflict serious injury. These little piggies may look cute and cuddly, but don't be fooled by their appearance. Their long, curved tusks can grow up to 2 feet long. Speaking of aesthetics, the Babirusa is next on our list. This wild pig is a cousin of the warthog. Found in the rainforests as well as around Sulawesi's freshwater spots, it does have a more traditional pig-like appearance. However, this isn't a cute little piggy. It comes sporting very threatening-looking tusks growing from each side of their upper jaw and snout. Some even have a lower set of tusks coming out from the side of their mouths. These also cure backward, creating a kind of shield around its face. Some of them have tusks that actually meet, where others have grown so long that they can even pierce the animal's face or head. These strange-looking pigs have tusks that grow upwards through their snouts and then curl back towards their faces. They may look a little ridiculous, but their impressive tusks are used for both defense and attracting mates. The hippopotamus. These giant water-dwelling creatures are known for their big mouths and even bigger tusks. Hippos are absolutely massive animals, with tusks that start from their bottom and size teeth. As one of the heaviest mammals on land, they use their tusks to fight other males and defend their territory. Their tusks can grow up to a whopping 20 inches long and are used for defense, fighting with other hippos, and even foraging for food. They are also unfortunately hunted by poachers. One of the reasons why they're such a target is because their tusks do not turn yellow with time. Next up we have the wild boar. Though wild boars are similar with warthog we have seen earlier, but boar is larger and heavier than warthogs. Warthog has the longer tusks than in boar. The head and snout are disproportionately large and wide in warthogs, but those are not massive in boar. Warthog is diurnal, but boar is nocturnal. Wild boars, the fierce creatures, are known for their sharp, curved tusks that can grow up to 9 inches long. Their tusks are used for self-defense and foraging for food, and they're also a pretty intimidating sight to behold. Now we're getting into some serious tusk territory. Okay, so we all know that deer have antlers, right? But did you know that some deer actually have tusks? Yes, tusks. It sounds like something straight out of a horror movie, but it's true. And if you're looking for the spookiest tusked deer out there, look no further than the vampire deer of southern Asia. Their nickname is inspired by their thin, enlarged canines that almost give them a cat-like appearance. While many experts argue as to whether or not these are genuine tusks, they have just about all the qualifications to be. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the number one animal with tusks in the world. That's right, the African bush elephant takes the top spot on our list. This is probably the first animal who comes to mind for most of us when we think of species with tusks. In the past too, there were many relatives of the elephant who also had tusks, such as the woolly mammoth and American mastodon. These magnificent creatures have long, curved ivory tusks that can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh over 100 pounds each. These are known to be gentle giants who use their tusks for many things like feeding, creating holes in the ground, lifting branches, and much more. While their tusks are impressive to look at, they're also a major target for poachers, putting the African bush elephant at risk of extinction. Males generally have bigger tusks than females, and are notoriously known for having theirs hunted by poachers. Well, that's it for our top 10 animals with tusks in the world. We hope you enjoyed this wild ride through the animal kingdom, and maybe even learned a thing or two. Whether it's the impressive size of the African bush elephant's tusks or the sheer weirdness of the narwhal's unicorn horn, there's no denying that tusks are an amazing adaptation that have helped these animals survive and thrive in their environments. But as impressive as tusks may be, it's important to remember that many of these animals are facing serious threats, from habitat loss to poaching. So if you want to help protect these amazing creatures and their impressive tusks, consider supporting conservation efforts or spreading the word about the importance of preserving their habitats. Because when it comes to the animal kingdom, every creature, and every tusk, is worth protecting. And that concludes our showcase of the today's topic. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to share this video with your friends, family, and relatives so that they too can enjoy videos on wild animals. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.